All right, let's see if they can find success in game 3. Rumor has it they're dropping, so let's get into it. Lucky Space, take it away.
Listen, chat, don't let the nice demeanor from Lucky fool you. He will get in the heli and chop you down if you're dropping. So be prepared when you're playing this, man.
Couple broken controllers gonna come out towards chat. Well, let's see how Diaz starts it off, man. 27 eliminations, disgusting, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I could say weird. I live with this guy. All right, I could call him weird. He's weird, dude. The kid's talented at what he does, but not just him, right? His squad, Shifty and Sage. It's great. This is like another TB in the forming, right? Or coming into play where they've been playing consistently. They've been playing every day together, or they at least been playing every tournament together. And team chemistry is above all. We've seen it with TB. They've been dominating since Verdansk, and they play with the same team since Verdansk. So the more the team plays with each other, like you said, it's not just the skill level, positioning IQ, it's also the chemistry.
Yeah, look, 27 elims just notches up the same score we had back in week number 4 last week. 27 elims from Lovey and the game 1 victory. We've already hit that peak. One of the things when watching Biffle play on stream, just scrimming, just getting more reps in with Warzone, what that trio does is, like, when they find a team across the map that they want to take down, they just find avenues to get it done. They find a lane they want to work through, they take out teams in their way, and they keep it clean. They stay in the pocket, they move up through the lane, they get the job done. They don't spend a lot of time wasting their bullets, wasting their gunfights on other sides. So it's a squad you have to be worried about consistently. If you see them and you get a jump on them, take advantage of it. If you see them and you don't have a jump on them, run away, because they will find you, and you better make sure you get into cover for late game. But speaking of, one of the most important turnarounds we've seen from any trio so far in this tournament has been Smixy and company now favoring the rooftops yet again. Will it pay off? That's the big question. So far, no, but they have done a ridiculously good job of cleaning up their early game and finding better placements as the days go on.
Who's going for an assassination mid-tournament, huh? What are we doing over here? Look, good plays coming from them. Destroy, not too actually far from Smixy, gonna be in between Stadium. Looks like they have a player on his left-hand side here. Destroy's gonna run up, and notice that they're kind of playing it pretty stacked here. We saw this earlier as well from Natasha's team. See how they play this out, climbing up top. One man goes as the entry, the other two follow. Destroy's getting the comms up, letting them know they're going down, going for the second story push. Destroy gonna get one, gonna go and get knocked. It's gonna be Brax. There it is, close for the trade there. Could be zlaner there on both Empathy and Brax. Last player alive to get them fully eliminated. It's going to be Louis. They should be down for the count.
And Clutch Bell goes out. Raul is in. Of course, this is a squad that knows what it's like to take very dangerous gunfights inside close quarters. We saw it a couple of weeks ago where Destroy was leading the charge, getting a pick, falling, get a pick, falling, get a pick. And he would keep that going, allowing zlaner to get into position. Then you stack with both subs. You take out the trade, split the numbers. You win the advantage 90% of the time. And they were successful. They pushed to the late game. They weren't able to get the victory, but damage was done. They did their job. Same situation here early on. They love stacking. A lot like Natasha and company, they love stacking and holding spots. This team loves stacking on the move. They love working together as a trio. You already see one sub going down. He'll be okay. Quick comms there from Destroy. zlaner moves in.
Yep. Just like that, zlaner's going to fall. Destroy's the last one alive. He's going to get a knock on one. He needs to stay alive for 12 seconds or their squad's fully eliminated. Luna going to fully give up, and that was actually their entry man for that squad. Luna is going to be the only Java's going to be the last one alive there. And there it is. Destroy's going to get a squad back up. Let him know, yo, listen, they're across the map. You guys can get in here, sneak in, get your loot back up. We'll reset this fight, but like you mentioned, this is where things get risky if you're playing as a squad. Things could have easily went south there for Destroy if their full stack was there. Lucky for him it wasn't, so hopefully they can spread it out just a little bit more.
That's actually a really great way to sum it up. Like, it always feels like in any situation, any gunfight this team is in, it feels like it could go south so quickly, but it doesn't. And that's the dangerous part of the squad when you run into them, is like, you better make sure that you come correct with your gun, because if you don't, they're going to fly at you almost more aggressively than you get from a Biffle and a Shifty. They're going to make sure their presence is known. Trophies down, which does help. Will not stop a precision airstrike, but will allow them to zone into the building. And here we go down the steps. It's just a foot race down the corridor. Does enough. Nice challenge and follow-up from Destroy. Natasha will fall, but the damage is done on that gunfight.
Shikes gonna come in. That's gonna be Nat down for the count. But here we do have a leaderboard update. Team Diaz leading in first with 57 eliminations. Smixy jumping to second place with 43.6, and FIFA as well jumping to third with 42.2. That's our top 3 teams right there. And Joe as well. Oh, I didn't even see Joe and Isaac. So a completely different shift in your leaderboard here, with Joe now in 4th and Isaac in 5th, and Huskerrs dropping from 2nd to 6th.
The Lions making a jump. You got what, 5, 6 teams in your top 10. So the Lions having a very good start today. The Drakes, of course, still leading the overall points, but We keep some hopium on the table. Lions trying to make their mark and run to that final game number 9. But already, I mean, I think what Smixy in second place is a big takeaway. But the drop off between 57 points for first place and everybody else, once you get into 5th and 6th and 7th place, I mean, Lucky, you're looking at like 37 points at the most. Like, those are the teams that really have to start stepping on up because, again, Biffle in first place is putting more points on the board because of the amount of eliminations they're finding.
Yeah. See how they play it out here. Myapo Skull, Ahsoka gonna go ahead and take control of Maul. We see them go here every single week, and you know there's a reason to go here. If you didn't hear me earlier, it's just so that these players can go ahead and secure that cash. Cash is very important when it comes to Resurgence. You always want to have money just in case your teammate needs a res back, especially end game. Need your loadout. UAVs are a big part in this as well. I've heard it called from Shifty as well. It's like they always say, we don't want to roll unless we got a UAV. We need that information. Most players, if they're working recovery, aren't even gonna have their perks, so they'll pop up on that radar.
Just listening to the comms, and again, some of our top teams are going to be the best when it comes to being collected in moments like this where they're hunting for info. They have an inkling that either a team is around, they saw something. Information is vital in some of these gunfights. And for the moment, we are still waiting for that first poke out to show its ugly head. And now we jump down, start to make our move, but it looks like one might be on the roof, so you give a little bit of space away, you relinquish the top spot, and now you jump down to the ground and have to work back up.
Yep. Just like that, Myapo's gonna fall. Skullface gonna realize, like, okay, listen, can't take this fight. I'm gonna back it up, but he's gonna rotate to an actual team in the water already. Gonna go ahead and try to go inside this building. I don't know if he knows this, but there's a rebreather in there in case he wanted to post up a little bit longer. Going to back it up just like that, and he's out, and he's safe. And it's gonna have a player like that. Okay, listen, hey, things are going south. I'll back it up. Ahsoka, you try to get the eliminations. If things go south for you, I got you guys up. 2 players are chasing him. It's gonna be one on Ahsoka or one on. Oh, I can be able to get that.
That's a tough gunfight.
Yeah,
that's a really tough one to win. Zone to the back. Smixy on your screen. Teammates around. Don't have to worry about rotating through the water for the moment, but you hear him calling out. We might have to rotate deep right. If that is the call, all right. How does it blossom out? Rotation begins. We've seen them in this spot before. Back in week 3 when they had really struggled to clean up the early game, they were favoring the rotation through the middle of the map. In situations like this, they were just trying to sneak through and get to late game. They've kind of changed that as the weeks have gone on, but back in similar situations, they will get punished for the moment. Noobs, good cleanup, takes down one. It was Aydan. Okay.
Oh, nice. And Noobs has a little trash talk as well. I love it. Noobs versus Aydan. It's going to be a tough fight right here for both squads. One player's going to land on loadout. Good comp coming in from Almonds here. They're going to take the fight. Almonds as your entry man. Noobs just trying to get any shots through the smoke, trying to line anything up. Almonds going to get that information with those live pings going, and Noobs here. I love how they're playing this out, right? Noobs is going for the cutoffs. Almonds in there in the action, and they have the information. 2 players above them. Not just flawless gameplay coming in from TBE. Proper and excellent execution.
Well, that was Destroy who goes down, so surely they must know that zlaner is somewhere nearby. Whether or not the full trio is stacking, yet to be seen. But for now, that is information that's available. UAV continues to ping. Got some info here, but not enough to force them into a gunfight, not enough to force them out of their spot. They don't want to rotate at the moment. They still got plenty of time with the fire cell active to figure out how they want to play this.
Yeah, they do have this. Yep, I was going to say, they have this redeployed drone they could use here, but to be honest with you, where they're rotating might be contested already. We saw Destroy and zlaner squad working this area. They're going to play the right-hand side, Destroy. The Almond and Noobs. Nice UAV usage as well.
They move, get the high ground back, and they get one. All right, so I think that was Adrian who goes down. So Aydan was out. Whether or not he stays out is the question. Adrian will fall, rated somewhere to be seen. Over to Shifty. Just kidding. We'll see what FIFA Kill's up to as he hovers now on the receiving end of the scouting mission. Last game he was looking up. This time he's looking down.
You know what? If there's any time to be working a regain, it's going to be right now because you got 20 seconds left. You don't want to get eliminated after this. It'll be a little bit tougher, and people are going to find himself exactly where they won game number 1 back up top for high ground here. Live pings coming into play, and that's great. Wizard right now throwing the live pings, although he knows, you know, I can't go down and help you out. I'll give you the live pings, give you the information you need. Try to test my luck over here for some loot on the right-hand side as Oak tries to work that regain with 15 seconds left. all gonna be up to FIFA. If Wiz falls, that's gonna be the case, but he does have the respawn timer. One more life each for this squad. Are they gonna be able to do it? I don't know. We see Joe's team recover from this. Are we gonna be able to see FIFA's team recover for this in game 3? We'll see. We'll find out.
Yeah, it was tough, right? Like, Wiz had the buy station around, just didn't have really any cash to work with. But within about 20 or so seconds, that might change. At least it's an extra weapon here for FIFA. 64 in the mag, not enough. Take 2 at a time, maybe 1. And you're just playing the time here. Just wait for your teammates to get back, then you maybe start to make your move. Get the high ground available. Nice job. Good patience. Your teammates are back. Wiz back into the play as well. That's good patience all around.
Plan this out. And just keep in mind, too, just because you made it to Resurgence close does not mean you have any placement points. There's still 17 teams remaining.
Yeah.
Probably not going to see that change of number up until another zone or 2. We'll see how these players can do it. Oak trying to take a fight right here by himself. Not going to find himself successful, but FIFA does have the res there. He's going to be able to get the elimination. This is huge for FIFA. One player underneath them. They're going to slow it down here and hopefully just get together. Start taking these fights together because it's not like they have the right loadouts or even the right plates. Number of plates.
Oh, FIFA. He's always had great hops. I mean, taking that gunfight around a corner when you don't have first shot is one of the hardest things to do in COD. Still manages to get out of it against Vortex, no less, which is not an easy gunfight to win against that player. If you've ever known the history of Vortex, you understand how good he is up close. This is a very tough spot to be in, but the fact that it's been as tumultuous as it's been, and they have survived, kind of flourished off of it as well. All members still up. You got a bit of cash to work with here. This is a pretty good turnaround for what was a dire situation with 2 teammates down. Right now, I'm probably feeling good, Lucky.
Yeah, they were able to recover nice and easy. He's had enough money to get his teammate up as well, but now looks like their cash is running low, so they have to be a little bit more careful on how they take these fights. Most likely probably not going to look anything for another zone, just because this zone could completely change in the next 5 seconds here. And we'll see where it pulls to. Are they going to be able to keep the high ground? Are they going to have to jump off and work their way towards the edge of the map? We'll find out here in 1. Looks like it's staying just a little bit longer.
And right now, they're saying, I think they're either saying we need to go or we need to hold it down, one of the two. And it could be talking about the height they have now, but I think they want to rotate. I think they understand the situation they're in with. If we can rotate early and get out unscathed relatively, we have a chance to hold down the final zone and push teams back. But Biffle will drop. Squad is eliminated. I think they placed top 5 regardless. On the move, so many trios now starting to make their move on rotation.
His little replay of how that panned out. Shifty went in for the push, or Sage went in for the push. Diazbiffle not too long after that, and Shifty not in the position to really get out of it. Smoke came into play, and he's going to fall.
Oh, 13th.
13th place. Yeah, 13th. Wow, still so many players alive.
I hear more. I'm out of plates. I need plates.
Yeah, that would make way more mathematical sense for 13. I'm top 5 with 28.
I found plates.
Night Squad, too, that does it.
Man, I got a player.
Nice.
I'm picking up my 2 plates. You guys want to go to top? Or
You're talking about Gorgo early in the pre-show about it's kind of the prowess individually of this player, but what is it about him that stands out that a lot of people don't really recognize? Like, what intangibles does he bring?
I think when you're playing a Vondel tournament, you could have the gun, you could have the IGO, but having the information that, you know, Knight has, being able to play the map every single day, 6-7 hours, he's going to know some roads that maybe not a lot of players know, especially maybe underground in areas like this, or, you know, even zones for the most part. 80% of the time, you're going to see the same reoccurring zones, so if Knight just speaks up once or twice on these endgame zone pools, like, hey, zone's going to pull in this area, just get ready for it, that's some information that you're not going to find from players who don't play this map as much, and I think that's where, you know, Knight's going to be very vital to the squad as well. And on top of that, he's got a great gunny, he's got a great position, he's got great IQ, so he's a great all-around player.
Yeah, at this stage in the tournament, I mean, everybody you're running into is going to have an above-average gunny, but very few are going to have just kind of the reps, the experience on the map that someone like Gorgo will have. So he brings a different level to the factor. It's kind of like a taxi driver. They have like the map plotted out in their head when they rotate through. Gorgo the same way. He knows kind of every nook and cranny you have to work through here. Power positions available. Tough situation to be in, though. As zone rotates slowly, and you have to start moving.
Yeah, but zone closing from 6 to 7 is actually one of the slower ones. It's going to be over a minute, so you don't want to rotate too early, or you'll find yourself in zone a little longer than expected. Looks like they're going to go ahead and take the slower approach here. Hold down bottom garage as long as possible, and then maybe even just edge in there. They're pretty close to it. Looks like Knight's trying to go for a little over peek and then the zone over, try to get some kills there. He's going to go for an early rotation as We have Scummin just hold down. Notice that they're spread out a little bit, but this is great. You got Scummin watch at the back. You got Knight trying to clear a path up there with Gary.
Staring at the stairs.
Great position.
How much of your durable you have left?
So much cash. A buy station just out of reach. Just barely.
I don't know. I think
You hear him potentially calling a Deddy play. Don't dislike it at all.
we could
It'd give you a chance to get a little bit faster, but you can already hear the dissent amongst the group. Like, you know what?
Let's pinch up the steps.
Okay, I'm going.
Might not be the play, but at least we can pinch together as they try to make their move.
They're in zone right here. The shots are coming in, and just like you mentioned, that buy station is going to open for a split second. Scummin's going to find a couple players in front of him trying to hit it. Two players remain, or two teams remaining.
And to the left. Oh, we're not safe up top?
Come in.
They got a tag, but yeah, they're not safe up here. They have to move. This is a tough spot now. It looked like it might be promising, but the smoke does not cover the cross. Very, very weak for Knight. Shots continue to ring from Irrational. Scummin. So close to death. We'll get a plate or two back, all three. They have one team locked away. They just can't find the closing shot.
And they're actually fighting FIFA squad and Hisoka squad as well here, so not an easy squad to be up to. Kind of playing a very strategic. They're not overextending, right? They're not just flying at them. No, we got the number advantage. Scummin's gonna go down. Now left to Knight. He's got the flare. Knight and Gary's still alive here. 3v2 situation. One player in front of him, then armor breaks can come in. Knight's gonna be able to get the knock. That's gonna be on Skullfish. Quickly traded out by Myapo. And Gary here get the trade. It's gonna be through the smoke. He's gonna fall, but Scummin's there to help him out. 21 eliminations in the dub.
Wow.
Good shit.
That's tough. They can hear him calling out. We got a duo and a single player from a trio still up. And that through the smoke, through a zone on your back that's not helping, through limited information and visibility. The fact that they're able to close this one out with 21 eliminations to boot is a huge win. And you were absolutely right, Lucky. Like, you're going to have avenues and situations available because of what Gorgo Knight brings to the table. Absolutely the same situation here. Reflections in the end. Again, another team crossing the 20-point mark. You have 23 in game 1, 27 in game 2, and 21 here from Gorgo Knight. The teams are stepping up here in the final week.
They are, and